Yerp, what's happening? It's Chris Hall here. You are now tuned into the Chris Hall Show, where we discuss dating, relationships, and much, much more. My apologies for the technical difficulties. Why is my door open? Let's get that closed there. Literally, as I was coming on live, the whole computer reset. The whole computer, swear. So I'm sitting here like, damn. I was supposed to bring a guest in and everything, but that doesn't seem to be working right now. But we are still going to have this show tonight because the show must go on. So we spoke about cheating online. And for some reason, at least for the past few days, that's been a thing going around in the ether out there, in the atmosphere, and I had a few conversations with some people, and we spoke about it. And I posed a question. Let me see where it's at so I don't misquote my damn self. So I posed a question on Instagram, and the question was, good Lord, computer. Who is more hesitant to get into a relationship due to fear of being cheated on, men or women? So what I thought is that I thought this was a no-brainer, hands down. Women are clearly more concerned about cheating than men are. Because if a woman is more concerned about it, then in turn, that would mean that I guess men are doing the most cheating. And at least as the narrative goes, this is to be true. So it shocked me to my core when I got so many answers saying men. I have a plethora of guy friends. I am 37 years old today. I don't know of any time that we've ever discussed our girl cheating on us. Not to say that it hasn't happened, but we're just not looking for that. See, men and women are not the same. Men and women are not the same. So what'll happen is I'll start having these conversations about cheating, and then a woman will say, well, you wouldn't like it if I do that, or I can't go and do that, and I can't go and do this. Well, those are called double standards. They do exist, doesn't it? Would you like to name a few double standards for women? No problem. I'll name a few just off the cuff. In the United States, at least I know for most states, and if there's states that don't do this, please let me know. When it comes to childbirth, the woman and the woman alone solely makes the decision whether a life comes into this world or not. I just named one of the biggest ones right there. I mean, you low-key the second thing to Jesus Christ. You can control who comes in and out of the world. No matter what a man says, whether a man wants it or whether he wants to get rid of it. Either way, you still hold the power for that. When it comes to war, I never hear you all advocating for more women to fight wars. Never hear that. No, don't. You never hear about more women trying to work on the line, be linemen, be cable guys or cable gals. You never hear that stuff. Once a woman is tied to a baby, you get government benefits because of it. A man is not tied to no baby. Women get benefits for having kids. Men get bills for having kids. And I love the kids. So I don't want this to seem like I guess a kid bashing thing, but I know how y'all can get sensitive. But I'm just telling you the different advantages and double standards that we have in the United States. The problem is that I realize is that women don't like accepting the double standards that don't work in their favor. Men just deal with it. We understand it. Women are natural complainers. You're going to complain about it. Why you think a bill collector is usually a woman? I had this one creditor. And I was saving up money to pay him back. And sometimes with these creditors, it'll be one person attached to your case. So you are on their caseload, I guess, of calling to collect their goddamn money. So this one lady, I'm going to assume she was a white lady. That's how she sound. Was so rude and so boisterous, and the bravado and aggression in her voice to make me pay this money. It just sounded like a nagging bitch. Be honest. That's what she sounded like. And I wanted to call her that. But you know what's funny about me? I've worked in customer service for a while, and most of the jobs that I've had, just in general, all the way from since I was a little kid, has always been customer facing. And then I ended up working at the call center for a little bit, and I now see both sides of it. And I try to be a little bit more courteous than the average person when I call customer service, because I know what they deal with on a daily basis. But yeah, I say that to say this: women are natural, just naggers about things. So that's why they put them in accounts receivable, bill collecting, because y'all are good at it. You're good at irritating somebody to just give you some money. But no, on a serious tip, it was funny of how many of men that I got. So I wanted to play a video because what I want to know is, let's say that a man checks off all the boxes, but the only thing you have to worry about is he might step out. He might exercise his options that he has on the table when it comes to another woman. Would that be a deal breaker for you exactly? I'll wait. Would that be a deal breaker? I'm trying to pull this chat room up. There you go. Would that be a deal breaker? That's a good question. So a man checks off all the boxes, but he might cheat. Would that be a deal breaker? Yes? Cool. Now, what I would like to ask you is, you got your man that's checked off all of your boxes, even the big one at the top, the cheating one, right? Checked off all the boxes, even the top one. Cool. Now, do you think that you check off all of his boxes? That's the question that women never ask themselves. You just want. You believe just because you have a vagina that that's all that you have to have. For the most part, you may have a job or a career, something like that. Doesn't necessarily help the man out per se. And mind you, I'm only speaking about men that you want. So please do not retort in the comment section somewhere where this is posted about the ain't shit men. I'm not talking about those men. See, what I've learned is that women always talk about the ain't shit men as if that's the only type of man out there. What you do is you collect a bunch of ain't shit men, you deal with those, and then you go and push that narrative out amongst all men, even the men who pay the cost to be the boss. I'm not talking about those. So that's how I can keep you in this space right here. I don't want you to fall out of the space by allowing you room to wiggle around with the other men who you're not necessarily interested in. Why would you bring in a man into the conversation that you're not interested in the first place? I'm asking, the man who checks off all of your boxes, do you check off all of his? He even checked that big one up top, which was cheating. He don't want to do that. He is monogamous, okay? He is loyal to the soil. You hear me? He is loyal. So nope, don't have to worry about that. Not cheating whatsoever. This is actually water. Do you check off all of his boxes? So that's what I want to get to, is the weight of cheating. So I actually just went to the gym today, so this is a perfect analogy. When I grab a 30-pound dumbbell and I hand it to someone else, it is also 30 pounds, right? The 30 pounds I picked up is the same 30 pounds that he picked up, right? Now, if this gentleman is stronger than me, by far, that 30 pounds is not going to feel as heavy as it is to me because he is stronger than me. So I say that to say this. It is my opinion that women weigh cheating way heavier than men weigh cheating. So which means if you pass a man this 30-pound dumbbell, it's not as heavy. Now, mind you, if the 30-pound dumbbell fell on his foot, it would hurt. If the 30-pound dumbbell fell on your foot, it would hurt. But the thing is, the man who's stronger does not worry about dropping the weight because he's strong enough to handle it. He's not even concerned about it. The problem is that the weaker woman, so talking about strength-wise, we're in the gym still, don't get triggered. The weaker woman is scared that if the weight drops, it's going to fall on her foot because it is heavy to her. That is how cheating goes. In my opinion, that's the best analogy I could come up with off the cuff, is that women hold cheating to a greater weight than men do. We're not as concerned about it. And why is that? I think that men have concerns elsewhere. And I can understand how a woman can be concerned about it, but you shouldn't be so concerned about it to where it hinders your relationship. Because like I said, if this man checks off all your boxes, what are you worrying about the cheating part exactly? This is something that I tell every woman that I deal with on a serious basis. And this isn't to say that I cheat either. But and fellas, this is a good thing to tell every woman that you get involved with, whether you enjoy the company of another woman or not. I feel like you should tell every woman this. You should tell her, I have so many plans for you, to where you're not even going to care about any type of cheating or worry, because you will be so busy doing other things, worrying about other things. That will not be your top priority. I'm not telling you I'm cheating. I'm not telling you I'm not either. But what I am telling you is that you're not about to stress me out with any type of insecurities that you may have by acquiring a man of my stature. Yes, I think highly of myself. I think you should too. Fellas, remember what I talked about in how to pick up women. You have to have confidence. I don't care how much you make. I don't care. You're going to have to reveal that at some point, but you should still have confidence in yourself in general. Okay? But yeah, I don't want to deal with any of those insecurities. Okay? Because what ends up happening, believe it or not, what ends up happening is you sometimes stress him about cheating so much that you push him to actually cheat. I'll play a video. And I watched this video, and this young lady, I'm gonna call her a young lady. She grown, but I'm gonna call her a young lady. That's the best compliment. This beautiful soul. Yeah, that's better. This beautiful soul just dropped a gem. Just dropped a freaking gem on what cheating is really about here. And I thought she had a profound point. Where's she at? There she go. Yeah, can y'all see that?
He talks about, I knew he was cheating and they looking for cheating, but how can you know he cheating, but you never knew he was unhappy with you? How?
So you're looking for the.
Now, I will say, just because a man is happy with you does not mean he won't step out. What I want y'all to understand, I am not condoning cheating. What I'm doing is removing the hurt that it's going to cause on you by finding it out. You already have in your mind, when I go into a relationship, this is a possibility. When I jump in the wheel, behind the wheel of a car, no matter if I have on a seatbelt, an airbag, or if I'm in a goddamn bubble, there's a possibility I can get hurt in a car accident, and it don't have nothing to do with me. But what do? I get in that car, I buckle that seatbelt, I check my mirrors, and I drive out of there, out of my garage, into the world in hopes that I make it to my destination safe. But I knew all the consequences going into it. I still started that car. I still drove and went on to my destination.
For those signs, but you're not looking for those signs.
Why do you look for what somebody's doing, but you don't know when they're not happy with you? Come on. I'm like,
is that being self-absorbed? You feel like maybe sometimes in relationships, women, because like you said, we know that we get everything just because we're women.
And sometimes you nagging that man about that is what's bothering him. Sometimes that can happen congruently, all at the same time.
So we expect it, and we don't want to give the man anything.
Oh, yes. Women are self-absorbed and entitled. And I can say this because I've been doing this work for over 15 years. They believe because they have a vagina and pretty, that they, and a nice body, that they are entitled to being treated a certain way. However, have you ever seen a woman that's beautiful?
I'll be honest. I will be honest. Although I agree with I believe this is April Mason. Everybody knows even though I release content, I know I need to do better with my socialite skills and know all of these different people. I don't know these motherfuckers, man. They don't know me neither. So I don't feel bad. But it was just a jewel that she was dropping here.
She looks amazing. Her body.
But I will say, when it comes to women, I believe in general. So this is that's what I was saying. This is the one thing that I would disagree with. I think women in general feel a certain level of entitlement. Just because you have a vagina and them, they'll add other, if they don't have that body and things of that nature that she's talking about, if they don't have the look, they're going to give you something else. They're going to give you something else that they champion. They can't say the body, but they're going to give you something else. Usually going to go to some type of accolades or financing, how much money they've made. So they're going to get, masculine with you pretty much. Tell you how many properties they've sold or how many rental properties she has out there and things of that nature, as if we give a fuck. We don't care. I'm not saying that these aren't good things. Hey, I celebrated when I got my real estate license. I ain't sell shit. So I get it. I understand. These things are cool to you. That was cool to me. But I know nobody gives a fuck. That's one thing I do know. No one cares. So I think that most women in general have a sense of entitlement.
Everything is together, very smart, but those type of women always get left for more plain Janes.
Yeah,
women that
looking like.
And when she says plain Jane, so this is a good segue to a conversation that I had at Triggered Live with a young lady when we were discussing physical appearance when it comes to women, and we were talking about the long nails and talking about stuff like that, and I was telling her, those things men don't necessarily marry into. They don't take those off the streets for marriage. And when I say streets, I just mean from being single. They don't marry those type of women in mass. I told her men like women who are more natural. But women will say that they get it, but we're confusing them because we double tap and we like and we DM the girls with the fake butts or the big booties or the contoured waist and eyelashes and all this other stuff. And what I tried to get her to understand is that you can't make men not have sex with women. Okay? Especially if they're offering it up on a silver platter. You cannot dangle a steak in front of a lion and think he's just gonna not eat it. I didn't know another clever way. I just made that up. That's not like a old saying that I know or something. But yeah, that just doesn't happen. Okay, so instead, I told her, why don't you just mimic the women who you admire in their marriage? Why don't you mimic those? Like I said, I don't follow too many celebrities. I don't really keep up with who's married and who's not. And I'll tell you one reason why I don't follow a lot of celebrities. I know I'm getting completely off topic, but I started late, so just deal with it. But one of the reasons why I try not, even though I'm on social media, so it's hard not to see some of these things, I try not to engulf myself with celebrity drama or just celebrity talk or stuff. It's anything in entertainment, because it's very difficult for me to listen to entertainment because it's entertainment. Most of 98% of entertainment is just that. It's entertainment. It's fake. So they can say things because that's just the narrative that they're pushing, because that's what they're selling. If I'm selling T-shirts, I'm not going to tell you about solar panels. I'm going to tell you about these goddamn T-shirts. That's what I'm selling. So it's tough for me to listen to too many celebrities. I like to stay as regular as possible. I think that keeps me regular, not focusing on celebrities' lifestyles and, oh my God, he bought me a Mercedes S-Class instead of a Maybach, and a Porsche instead of a Ferrari. I don't, those ain't issues I deal with on a regular basis, so I can't relate. I'm sorry. And I make my YouTube channel for the boots on the ground, the I don't want to say real people like the celebrities are fake. I'm just saying your average citizen. Okay.
Hey, you chose her.
Did you see what I was looking like? Because it had nothing to do with what she looked like and what she came to the table with. It was what she was being to him and how she made him feel.
That is so important. I want you to take notes right now. There's an old saying that a man will go down in looks to go up in personality. And when we say personality, I don't mean all you ladies who come to guys and say you have a great person. I've never heard any woman say they have a terrible personality, not one who's looking to date. So everyone has a good personality, but I promise you, that is far from the truth. But I want y'all to write that part down, though. It's not always about how a woman looks. It's how you make that man feel. The amount of peace that you curate for him. So it's not just that he makes his own peace. You curate the peace. So you're going to put these little plugins that smell nice and from Bed Bath and Beyond or Bath and Body Works, wherever that stuff is from. And you buy the plugins. You make sure his seat is comfortable. You make sure that the place is clean so he just come home, drop his lunchbox off and go shower. You make sure he got a clean towel and rag. You make sure that the TV is ready for you. You get what I'm saying? That is a peaceful person. You don't tell him nothing about your day. You ask him how his day was first. Ask him how, and if he don't want to talk about his day, say no problem. Dinner will be ready at such and such. And he knows where to go. He knows where to go. It's a weird thing. It's like we want you there and not there at the same time. And don't look at me crazy like I'm not making no sense, because it's a lot of shit that y'all do that you want us to understand. Some of it you don't even communicate. You want me to telepathically understand what the fuck you talking about. So don't get all bent out of shape with this. We want you to be there, but we don't want you to be there. If you can somehow master that down to a science, you'll be better off. I'm telling you. So she's dropped the gem there that it is not always the big old booty and the slim waist and the WAP and all this other stuff. Mind you, these things are great add-ons. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to stray too far from the physical part. That matters. I don't want y'all to lose focus here, okay? Focus. Don't want you to lose focus. But it is really how you made this man feel more than anything. I'll be quite honest. It really is. That's so important.
Yes, girl.
In his presence. So we see it all the time. But they going out here, girl, thinking that I have to look like this, getting these botched BBLs and all of this tuck it in, suck it out and all that.
Keep my mouth closed.
And then on top of that, it's like they're not. I'm doing it for myself. No, you doing it because these men is liking these.
Do you know how many women I've caught thirst trapping? And when I say something about it, due to the fact that you don't want to look shamed, and thirst trap is a derogatory term, you tell me, oh, I posted for myself. What for yourself do you publish? Think about that for a second. What is it that you have or that you do that you publish for anyone other than someone to see? I be so lost about that when y'all tell me No, this isn't a thirst trap. I post my pictures with my ass out and my biker shorts on for myself. Fellas, I told you before, compliments, words of affirmation, attention is literally food for women. That's how some women survive from that. I don't know what they would do if all social media shut down. You'll see women running outside their house half naked because they just lost a complete flow of attention. And that was the easiest flow of attention as well. So I don't be buying that at all. Get the fuck out of here.
Pictures. But here's the thing, Mo. The pictures that they're liking, most of those women don't have a man.
Oh, girl. Isn't that the funniest thing?
Interesting.
The gorgeous women stay single their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
Because they never learn the girl part. Learn the girl part. Learn to just be.
I don't know if I'm going to look into this person. I don't know if she teaches femininity classes. If you know me, I'm not necessarily a fan of the short hair, but it does look nice on her. I just want to say that. But if I had any critique, that would be it. As far as femininity goes, which is cool. If she taught femininity classes, because with her saying just be, when you meet a woman who is content with being a woman, I caught a chill just then. That is when you are in the presence of greatness. When you meet a woman who is content with being a woman, who's not trying to compete with you, who's not worried about what you're doing wrong, who's comfortable being a woman in her own skin, walks in her femininity, and enjoys the peace that she brings to you. Because what you have to understand is men aren't emotional, okay? We're not emotional people. We hold our emotions in our peace. That's where our emotions are. So the more peace that you give us, and we're not saying just shut up. And, I know there's somebody watching this who's going to the fucking extreme. Think that you're supposed to, I'm supposed to shut up and be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. Not exactly. You can put some shoes on. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, just be. To me, what that means, obviously she's a woman. She may portray this differently, but to just be means literally be a woman. And we're having issues for some odd reason nowadays with women being women. I believe that women are being more masculine and men are being more feminine, more effeminate men is what I've noticed. And I believe because as generations go by, especially in the black community, men will have no choice but to be more feminine. Because every day that goes by, there's more and more single black mothers, which means that there's more and more women raising men. I'm raising boys to be men. And those boys usually are not able to handle their emotions. So what happens is they just let it out. And even if they're the most looks wise, is the most manliest man that you've seen, deep down inside, there's a little boy crying for his father. So he's now more effeminate because he's now feminine. He's acting like a female, has the emotions of a female. He doesn't have any discernment. So more and more, you are the women raising the men. Because we just spoke about the advantages you have when it comes to childbirth. Right?
A woman that has her femininity, her spirituality, and her sensuality all flowing at the same time is a force to be reckoned with. Everybody talks about, I knew he was cheating, and they looking for cheating, but how can you know he cheating, but you never knew he was unhappy with you? How?
So you're.
All right, we're back. How do I stop this? There you go. All right, we back on this side. So yeah, I thought those were wise words from Miss April Mason. Seems like that's her name. Shout out to you wherever you're at. I'll even put your Instagram down there because that was damn good. That was so many jewels to just being. Is such a jewel. And it's not all about how you look. It can, so this goes out to the women who may not be supermodels. Okay, no one's calling you to be on the front cover of Essence magazine. That's fine. Okay, so you need to pick up elsewhere. Remember, I told you that when a woman doesn't have the physical, she's gonna throw something at you. But usually, you're throwing things at us that we don't want nor we care about. That doesn't hold up on my scale. It holds up on yours. I had a woman call me one time, shooting a shot. As soon as we got on the phone, she started telling me all the places she's been, all the properties she has. Mind you, these are great things, so I don't want to dim your light, so to speak. But I don't care. Is what I'm trying to tell you. That's not what I want. That you traveling to a lot of places before you decide to have a family does no good for me. These things that you talk of, the place your career, your occupation, those things work for you. It serves no purpose for me. And I know we started hella late. Let's go to some of the quick. Do I have any questions in the comment section? I'm sorry, but I'm a little faster than the comment section, so y'all have to bear with me. The comment section comes in a lot slower. And I was trying to get the damn Zoom link to work. It worked earlier, but I just got to get a new computer, y'all. If y'all have any recommendations to a computer, I'm talking to my computer guy now to see if I can build me one, because I can't be having this, man. And this is a new computer too, but all these things that y'all see in this graphics, these things take a lot of juice to get going. But don't worry, we gonna get it back working by the next time that we come out. So I know that we had started late, but I was just so fired up about this topic about cheating, because I was like, damn, is that the only thing you got? Is there anything else? I mean, anything. It just always seems like men are just labeled as cheaters. And like I said, fellas, these women, they throw these words like ninja stars, man. Don't let it pierce your body armor, bro. Don't let it. I would not let it. You know who you are. You need to find you a woman who is just happy with you the way that you are. Don't have no woman come into your life changing who you are, meaning your very existence to the core. I'm not saying that you have goddamn pork chop sideburns and she talked you into cleaning that motherfucker up. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about changing you. You don't want to do that. What I have noticed is that a woman will test you. She will try certain things and certain tactics to see what she can get from you. And eventually, she might stay, but eventually she's going to lose respect for you because you have no backbone. You don't stand up for yourself. This is sort of off subject, but I just really, really want to drill down on this point. I've told y'all before, a woman can smell bitch. They may not. I may act like women don't know a lot and all. You may think I don't think highly of women, but women are very keen to senses like that, especially. So you want to make sure that you maintain your masculinity. Your masculinity is not dependent on something. It's not contingent on something else. You stand in your masculinity at all times. And when you meet a woman who doesn't stand in her femininity, then you just keep it moving respectively and like a gentleman, like a G. All right? Because I'd like to think that G is for gentlemen, not for gangster. But until next time, I'm Chris Hall. You've been watching the Chris Hall Show. And I am out of here.